Hey friends, Mark Holmes here. Jobu, well, he's hanging out in the man cave right now, and I got to tell you, I am tired. It's been one of those long days, but very rewarding. Got those doors made for work. Been working on the red brick house's front door, and just putting in that hard work. Now I've got some good news. Jaylon Smith, he's putting in that hard work as well. What's amazing is the thought was he would only be practicing every other day. Yesterday he had the padded practice. Like I said, when you're looking at his ankle, you could see there's still a little bit of a limp right there. But he's chomping at the bit to get it back out there. Considering it's 19 months since he had that traumatic injury, he's going to be practicing today on the field again 2 days in a row, which is ahead of schedule, which is great news. Now, I believe hard work doesn't hurt anybody. In fact, anything that you can do today gets you that much closer to your goal. And the amazing thing to me about Jaylon Smith is when he messed up his knee, you never heard him going, woe is me, or, feeling down or being pissed off. He always still had that smile, and you could always tell that he was ready to work and put in that hard work. And I think that's paying off. See, I'm one of those people that believe if you work hard enough, you can achieve just about anything. And everything that I can do today is something I don't have to do tomorrow, and it'll get me closer to the goal. And that's where I think Jaylon Smith is. Jaylon Smith has busted his ass to get back out on that field. And I think that's going to pay dividends. When I look at the door that I rebuilt for the red brick house, it probably would have been easier if I just paid somebody else to just make me a new door to go in there instead of going to the cellar, getting that old workbench and pulling out all those nails, doing all of that extra work and effort to put together a door that's made out of old wood. But when you see it and when you get the final product, it's that much more rewarding. When somebody tells you you can't do something, I like to prove them wrong. I need a challenge. And that's where I think a lot of our Dallas Cowboys people are. Think about Dak Prescott. Dak, nobody believed in him. Fourth round draft pick. The experts said, he might be an okay backup. He's Tim Tebow 2.0. He's a running quarterback. He's not your typical quarterback. But on every level, Dak is proven wrong. Mostly with hard work. And he's put in that hard work in this offseason. You look at a guy like Sean Lee, who was injured the first half of his career. He put in the work, and it's paying dividends. I'm hoping that the rest of the Dallas Cowboys team looks around at guys like Dak Prescott and Sean Lee and even Jaylon Smith, because these are guys to look up to, because they've gone against the odds. They put in the hard work, and now it's coming out looking beautiful. So we got the Dallas Cowboys practice going on right now in Oxnard. That's the nice thing about being on the East Coast, that it's 7 o'clock when they're doing the evening practice. So my day is over.
Without him playing more plays, and I
we
think
got Dak Prescott.
Just his ability with the ball in his hands is valuable to this offense. So in passing games, the defense giving us soft coverage just to get it to him and let him do what's best. As you see, we've kind of given it to him a bunch out here already, and it's just the fact of that's just how the offense is going. That's what the defense is giving us. It's not necessarily we're calling plays extra to give Zeke the ball.
All right, for more on that, let's go live now to Oxnard, California. Steve Weich is standing by at Cowboys practice right now. You just heard Dak, Steve, talking about getting Zeke more involved in the passing game, getting his 230-plus pounds in space. What else can you tell us about them trying to air it out here in 2017?
Well, Scott, a couple of points that Dak Prescott made here. You heard him talk about Ezekiel Elliott in the passing game. He said he can turn up his reception numbers without playing more downs. And they are doing some things schematically to try to get him in space in the passing game, motioning him, putting him in the slot, lining him out wide. These are so they can get some matchups that they deem very favorable. Also, Dak Prescott said that they are methodically taking this approach to improve the passing game, what he's calling risk and reward. They want to take some more shots down the field. Last year on throws of 30 more yards in the air, his passer rating was only 73 as opposed to when it was 20 yards or closer, it was 113. So they're trying to stretch some things out. Prescott said yesterday in practice he threw an
Yeah, but
interception.
take a
and
look
risking
at
a reward
everybody
throw,
else's stats.
and it
The
was
further
too
you go down the
risky.
field,
So something he's learning.
your rating goes
in
downhill.
the process here. Now, I'm going to kind of step out of the camera as we're seeing the Cowboys right now going through some early. These came on the field about 10 or 15 minutes ago, but they're going through some early team-on-team. Guys, see number 54 right there in the middle? That is Jaylon Smith, the second-year linebacker out of Notre Dame. We know about the pre-draft injury he had last year, kept him out his rookie season. Guys, this is the first time he is practicing in pads for the second consecutive day. Earlier in the week, he went in pads, went through some contact drills, did the same yesterday. Now he's doing it today. You talk about a story of potential triumph here. Going back-to-back days now, he's not had any setbacks. He's making medical progress. Now, they're not saying if they expect to see him on the field in the preseason or the regular season, but I can tell you this, at the pace he's going now, and they see the way he's shown in some of the contact drills and non-contact drills in terms of running and cutting, he is making headway, guys, to being a very, very triumphant story for a guy a lot of people didn't think was going to ever play it down in the NFL.
And you talk about, if he turns into, heck, if this year he can be 80% of what they hope he will eventually be, that's like almost picking up another first or second round draft pick, an influx into that defense, which certainly could use it.
Definitely.
All right, Stevie, as we look back at the live
Yeah, so that's some great news and stuff on Jaylon Smith, and I got to tell you, I'm feeling really good about our team. So far, no catastrophic injuries with the team already being on the field for a week. So as always, friends, I'm Mark Holmes, and I will be talking to you guys later.